Well, for some of us, it's one of status, but for many, it has become one of necessity. Yet this necessity continues to get far beyond the reach of the average Ghanaian. We are talking of the cost of cars and particularly the imported used cars on the market, which has seen skyrocketing prices. Variables such as interest rates, inflation, import duties have compounded the situation. They've been identified as major causes of this phenomenon. Well, this morning, we take you to some car dealers in Tesano to find out more about how their businesses are faring in the midst of these challenges and what they want to hear from the government ahead of the 2025 budget to be read tomorrow. On location is our very own Noella Karen Yali. Noella, over to you.
Hi, Benjamin. Thank you, and good morning to you. Good morning to our viewers this morning as we gear up towards, the budget presentation by the Finance Minister in Parliament today. A lot of businesses across various sectors are eagerly anticipating key policy decisions that will significantly impact, their operations going forward. Now, one sector that has been significantly impacted or affected by economic policy decisions is the transport industry, particularly car dealerships. And I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say that in recent times we have experienced an outrageous hike in vehicle or car pricing, making it almost impossible for the ordinary Ghanaian, myself included, to be able to afford a decent vehicle. And when you have conversations with car dealers, a lot of them attribute this situation to the high import duties and taxes at the port. But I guess we can say we're in luck. Why do I say that? Because the NDC, the current ruling government, during the campaign period, did promise us Ghanaians to scrape off or rationalize some taxes. In fact, the president in his inaugural speech described some of these taxes as draconian. And to quote him verbatim, he said, we will scrape the following draconian taxes within our first 100 days in office to alleviate hardships and ease the high cost of doing businesses. And these taxes are e-levy, COVID levy, 10% levy on bet winnings, emission levy, and import duty on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. And so this morning I find myself in a very beautiful street here in Tesano. Particularly I'm at K&K Motors. They share the same location with the Georgia Motors and another one called Aniropa. And basically my aim here today is simple: get the expectations of these car dealers ahead of the budget presentation. We're also going to be looking at some of the factors that contribute to the high pricing of cars today. We're also going to be looking at policies, both past and present, that have shaped their businesses. And then we'll examine if truly government should alleviate these taxes. Will it bring some relief to these car dealers? And so I'm going to start with a gentleman here. Please come. He is a car dealer. What's your name, please?
Kennedy
would want to speak in Tree. Kennedy and him would want to speak in Tree, but I'll translate so you're safe. Kennedy, so from your perspective as a car dealer, tell me what has been impacting the high cost of cars in Ghana today.
Ebra Yera Mahama Ifia Kunyasono. Na kabiti se Toyota Vet, na ye 25,000, 22,000 benyabe. Be Yera Mahama Fia Kunyaso Ujama ana adudan kwa kufu adubaye no. Abeye times 3. And say cars no pebia 100 and something thousand. Enti yes Yera Mahama se wabai so betimi ahwehwe se niam we no so atete so a. Ebema oman no ne yasoma dwe. Because any taxes no aye too much. Any bibi abeto be taxes daso, bibi abeto be taxes daso. And no so ne campaign mu no o kasa fa se niam we nyina ho. O kasa fa se niam we nyina enti yesre no. Obo na ne die kwan se waba ban mu. Ono de wakọ no wasan aba. enti no baby a ofele baby a oye mistakes ni minimum say wa correct no waba enti na waba no minimum say obehwe obede nani ahwe gane a na wate enema so ama ye so ye kom adwe because enu nti na ye de to waba no senkanya no anka na menye sure senka umbeto but ne nsem na okan no etonkrofo ti meto amanfo akoma so te mo to aba ne man bebiri utimu say oyewura Fraberry we MPP who say about me aba out on them because of blue na eba na o ntimi nyina no to Obama Ghana for so akoma tom yam say wa ma wantwi bi ama enti yesere ne say wa be onhwe say ne ma no timi hwa ebeboa ono aboa ne party no.
Essentially what the honorable Sir here is trying to say is that he compares the prices of cars from the previous Mahama-led government, that also changed to the Akufo-Addo-led government. Basically, he says that, for instance, a Toyota Vitz during the previous Mahama-led government was about a little bit above 25,000 Ghana cedis. But that car today, you would get it with 100,000 Ghana cedis, which is like 4 times or 3 times more than the price it used to be. And so obviously this is terrible for him. And so he says the president, just like he promised us in his campaign, should live up to expectations and his own word of taking off some taxes. Now taxes being na osha abayini to me if ebe mama okay.
Import duties in this time cars no is over garages first ne cars na babebre next ka bia okita obit manya ka ne be na manfo timi diskabe 2-3-400,000 ba ka open onya first 4x4 ukita 150,000 wo beto 4x4 lozu be ne se cars ni nya na nam 6-7 billion and to timi hwehwe import do ye nim se ye koya nim de but Akufo Addo de tumrika do enti yewura maama bai omma ne mamra na chi na ne mamra fom eba fom a ene medical aka na ebeboa ono ne government ene ne party but obeye de we ye de a ene me sure say Ghana for omo nsoso say me ye we ana me ye we nti chinchila atwan say wo ba na de wo kan say obeya mo man wanti me anya next 4 years wo ba no say ye be kick you off anya de e beto also.
Right. So he still talks about how significantly certain cars have increased in price in a matter of 2 or 4 or 5 years, and talks about the fact that the president should live up to his word, the word that he promised us during the campaign period. I'm also here with another car dealer. Hello.
Hello.
You're welcome to Joy News.
Yeah.
So ahead of the budget presentation in Parliament, I want to ask you as a car dealer what your expectations are.
Our expectation is the import duties. That's all.
What about it?
Calm down. It's too much for us. Okay. It has to calm down. The import duty. That is my expectation.
Okay. So when you say it has to come down, where is it at right now, and what do you expect? Where do you expect it to go down?
No, it should just come down for us to be able to afford the import duties. Okay. It's too much for us. We can't bear it anymore. It's too much. The import duties. That is the only thing that I have.
Okay. All right. So he also says that, the import duties, you rightly heard him, that the import duties should go down so that their businesses, it can be a bit bearable for them to deal with consumers. I will also be joined by another car dealer. He goes by the name Tola. Tola, you're welcome to Joy News.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here.
Kindly look into the camera for me.
Okay.
Okay, Tola. So tell me what your expectations are ahead of the budget.
Oh, because of the budget. The budget, no, I don't understand what the budget, because of the duty. By the duty, too much for the car. So you reduce the duty for the dealers.
Okay.
For because the duty, by the car, the customers come, but no come. Why they come go say the car be priced be high. So reduce the duty for dealers.
Okay. So reduce the duty from where to where? Like, what is the current duty percentage or price?
Oh, because of the percentage, the duty, will be high. So when you go to the Tamahabo, you go to you use the car because of the duty, it go high.
So I see some really nice cars around. Take me through some of these cars. So
2023 model.
okay.
This one be CRV.
Okay, this is a CRV 2023 model. Okay. And let's say 4 years ago, how much was this car?
This car, the price be 750,000.
Now. Okay, but 4 years ago, how much would I have gotten this car?
Oh, now 4 years ago, this one be getting to 450 to 480.
Okay.
But right now, the way the price they go, I don't understand the price they go too much. The price now be 750,000. But the price be too much.
And it's all about the import duties and the taxes.
Because of the duty and the tax. The duty be high. So you come to Tama, you go to Tama, you bring the car because of the duty. But because of the duty, the price go high. So
let's take a look at, the CRV is a little bit on the high side. Let's look at this car. It's a bit minimalist. What car is this?
This one be Ghana use. This one be the Toyota car. Okay. By the Ghana use car. Okay. And that one the star. This one the cost maybe 750, getting to 100.
This car. This a 2017 model of a Scorn. I see the brand is what? Scorn, but you say it's a Toyota brand, and this car is 700, over 700.
Almost 750, getting to 750. Because
interesting.
Because of the duty.
And so it shares the same price as the CRV.
Yeah, because of the CRV price, no. This one be new one. This one be Ghana use. Yeah.
Okay.
By all be the same because of the duty,
All right, so we've been having a conversation with car dealers, basically speaking about their expectations ahead of the 2025 budget, and also taking a look at the factors that contribute to the high cost of cars. And I'm actually amazed, especially at the small car that we just saw, for him to say that it actually cost a little over 700,000 Ghana cedis, almost the same as the new or the brand new Toyota CRV. It's shocking. Hello. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be walking towards the Aniropa Autos. They are also a car dealership firm. My aim is to talk to an importer, somebody that directly clears, cars from the port, so they can vividly paint a picture of what's going on at the ports in Ghana today. So she's actually on a phone. I don't know if she could talk to us. Okay, so we are taking a look at your expectations as a car dealer ahead of the 2025 budget presentation by the Finance Ministry. We want to take a look at what your concerns are, what your expectations are, and
because when there is an interview, they come to me first.
Okay. So the question is, we're asking what your expectations are as a car dealer or an importer. What are your expectations of the budget?
Maybe I know they're going to waive down taxes so that things will come down for cars to be affordable. Okay, so depending on how they do their things, we don't understand. They are calculating things in dollars and other things, but per what is being promised by the president, we are hoping that duties go down, people come to market and are able to afford cars so that they don't come and go back empty-handed. With that, more cars too will be in the system for the government to earn more revenue. Because the lower, the more the cars will come in the system. But when the duties are high, when you bring one car, the duty alone, it's very scary. Because duties that we are paying now, let's say 100,000, formerly was clearing about 2-3 cars. But now, each car, the lowest is around 80. So it's making things difficult. But we hope what was being said will be fulfilled so that we will all be free.
And since, these duties were hiked at the port, how has sales been going?
Oh, it's been dropped drastically because the person has made a budget thinking when he or she goes out, is going to get a car to buy. But due to the escalating duties, you come and you have to go. A lady, for instance, came out. Corolla was 90,000. Say, hey, I thought it's 60,000. You went and came back. Oh, now it's 120. Oh, up to date. She wasn't able to buy the car. So it's like galloping. The prices are not stable.
So how are you maneuvering around the situation? Because obviously, if you are selling, obviously you spent a fortune at the port, and so you cannot also undersell. But if consumers are also not buying, you're also left with your cars stuck in your garages. So how do you maneuver around that?
So we do change our lifestyle. You cut your coats according to the size of the cloth, and the importation of cars will be reduced. And you cut, as the government does, they cut budget expenditure. So you have to cope with the situation until things changes.
Some of your colleagues have also talked about certain taxes that are on, the duties. As in when you're clearing the cars, apart from the duty that you pay, there's also some taxes that even the president described as draconian or irrelevant taxes. In your opinion, which of these taxes are you looking forward for them to scrape off?
A whole lot. I can't
I've mentioned the COVID levy on
Right now the COVID is not in the system, so we don't see it's necessary because it's a whole lot, about 30 taxes. So we need to go through and take some out because it's not necessary. We don't know where the money is going, and it's making things difficult for a Ghanaian person having a car because car is a necessity. Transportation, when you're going to work and it's far, if you have your own car, the productivity will be high. You'll be late in going to work. So the government must intervene so that each individual can afford even a smaller car. And it has a long way to help the economy. So certain taxes that I think are unnecessary should be eliminated.
So, if the government truly should, stick with your word and alleviate some of these taxes, let's say from next week, does it automatically mean that your cars will be drastically slashed in terms of pricing?
Okay, it will be rationalized depending.
How long will it take for it to be rationalized?
Oh, not so long. Things should be done gradually. When it is done spontaneously, I think some will lose, but gradually things will be done in the right way. Though we will be reducing because right now, there is, I don't know what to say. We are going to stay at a point in time, things will not be going up. So you will know how to sell and know that the new ones imported, it will not be affected.
I asked you that because, some Ghanaians also believe that a lot of you car dealers or importers asking government to also slash, these import duties are usually born out of self-centeredness. You don't think of them because in 2019 when, government slashed the benchmark value used in calculating import duties by 30%, car pricing was relatively high. So what do you say to 2019? Yeah.
MPP that.
Yes.
People reduce their cars. For instance, the cars that came at the port were reduced because I was expecting a duty of 350. It came to 280. So due to the calculation, you will know that you didn't pay that much. Right now, the reason why I'm saying it will go gradual, you know that the next one coming, the duties is being reduced. So why should you be so aggressive to find what you want? So it goes, though it's a little long term, but its effect will be good. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. What's your name?
I'm Anita. Europa Autos.
Thank you so much. So yeah, we just spoke with Madam Anita of Europa Autos. She has also been speaking about her expectations. Says she's expecting the government to really alleviate some of the taxes on, the vehicles and import duties as well. And I asked her whether or not, it would automatically, if that should happen, will that automatically mean that the car pricing would significantly be slashed? And she said, well, it's going to take some time to rationalize the prices. And that's it from me here on location. Back to you, Ben.